Good afternoon and welcome to the PRISYM Design 6 webinar. My name is Chris Connolly and I'll be your webinar host today. We're expecting the presentation to last about 30 minutes, followed by a question and answer session. Please note that the telephone lines will be muted during the webinar except for myself, so if you have any questions, please submit them using the question tool on screen. I'll collate all of the questions at the end and try to answer as many as possible, but I'll be providing a written response to delegates of all the questions received, as well as a copy of the audio and video from this session tomorrow. During today's webinar, we hope that you'll be able to gain an understanding of our best-selling software, PRISYM Design, and its capabilities. Discover what is new to PRISYM Design 6 and why you should upgrade if on an older version. Understand how the software functions with a high-level video demonstration, followed by a question and answer session. Taking you through PRISYM Design on our webinar today will be myself, Chris Connolly. I'm an account manager for all existing PRISYM ID consumable accounts. Most of you would have already spoken to me. I currently look after all label, ribbon and PRISYM non-validated software. I've been with PRISYM ID for 7 years now. My role is to look after the 250 plus existing consumable customers that we have and help to grow the business. So let me take you through an overview of the PRISYM Design and what it entails. PRISYM Design labeling software is a fully featured, easy to use package for designing label templates, creating barcodes, and printing your labels in-house. It allows the inclusion of variable data such as product codes and descriptions, barcodes, logos, pricing, languages, symbols, and images in your labels. For those not already a user of PRISYM Design, it's available as either a standalone or network solution and comes in 3 entry levels. PRISYM Design Print Only, appropriate for print operators. The Print Only edition has limited design features to achieve maximum performance when printing labels. PRISYM Design Standard, suitable for single users to design labels using basic variable data sets. The Standard Edition makes it a straightforward package for small organisations. A single workstation can drive up to 5 printers. And PRISYM Design Professional, ideal for enterprise and multi-user environments. The Professional Edition provides the security, connectivity and reporting that larger organisations need. It allows multiple users to design, edit and print labels using variable data and can drive up to 10 printers at the same time. All offering leading flexibility in labeling and barcode software. A comparison chart of the 3 levels available can be sent upon request and is also available in the new PRISYM Design brochure. I'll now take you to a short video that demonstrates how to produce a basic label template before showing you the new features PRISYM Design 6 offers.
When opening PRISYM Design for the first time, you will get a pop-up box requesting the type of printer you will be printing to. This is to make sure that the right printer driver will be used. The correct printer driver can also be chosen by going to File, New and click Printer and selecting your printer in the Select Driver window. To get started, you'll need to create a blank format for your label. Go to File, New and click on the Formats tab. The Design Properties box will appear. Here you can set the properties such as temperature and speed. If you want an exact size, click on the Edit Label and enter the measurements. I'll make this one 60 × 30. Next, you'll want to insert a text block so that you can add content to the label. To do this, you'll need to go to the Home or Blocks toolbar on the ribbon, click True Type Font, and then click and drag the text block to the desired size. A cursor will appear in the block and you're ready for text editing. I'll type tutorial label in mine as an example. To change the font size or other characteristics, you can highlight the text, in this case tutorial, and set the font size from the drop-down list on the toolbar. I'll select 16 point for this one. Now, if you want to center the text, just click into the text box, use Center Align on the Home toolbar on the ribbon, and the text will center in the block. You can also toggle between millimeters and inches by clicking on the millimeter button in the top left-hand corner of the frame. To frame your text block, go to the Home or Blocks toolbar, click on Shape and then select either the circle or square shape. I've selected the circle. Position the pointer, then click and drag your block to the desired size to enclose the text. Now we'll look at how to add a picture to your label. On the Home or Blocks toolbar, click the Picture block and then click in the lower center of the design. An Edit Picture dialog box will open and allow you to edit the picture block. In the Picture name box, click and select the picture you'd like to include and open the file. There are several options to select. On this example, we will choose the Embed Image checkbox and Keep Aspect Ratio radio button. Then click OK. You may need to adjust the positioning of the text and picture on your label. Press Ctrl and A keys to select the text, circle and picture block at the same time. On the Blocks or Home toolbar, click on Align and select Center Horizontal, and it will align the blocks with each other. On the Blocks toolbar, click the Lock Block button to lock your blocks in place. To test that the lock is on, select a block and ensure you cannot drag it into a new position. Now that the picture and text are positioned where we want them, let's add a barcode. Click on the barcode block on the Home or Blocks toolbar, then click and drag it to the correct size in the right of the design. An Edit Barcode dialog box will then appear. Select a barcode type and enter the number of characters and data. Feel free to experiment with the barcode type, sizing options, number of characters, and so on. A preview of the specified barcode will appear at the lower left. Now you can drag the barcode to fit onto the label. To configure your system further, simply click on Options and Application in the right top-hand corner of the screen. Here you will find multiple options regarding our software. You may want to test print your label at this point before saving it. Once it's saved, test print will no longer work. It's as easy as going to the Quick Start toolbar and clicking Test Print. Save your format by clicking the Save button.
As experts in the labelling and identification industry, we're more than aware that in today's environments it's becoming increasingly important for businesses of all types and size to ensure that their operations are as efficient as possible, with as little manual intervention in the back office processes like labelling than is necessary. With this in mind, and listening to our customers' feedback, we've created PRISYM Design version 6, which now incorporates a new graphical user interface, improved editing features, a variable data module, Windows 7 compatibility, and improved license transfer capability, which allows the easy transferring of software licenses from one workstation to another, ensuring flexibility to changing work environments. All of which have been designed to make the label design, creation and print process simple, quick and easy, whilst maintaining the highest standard of accuracy to meet these demands. So let's take a closer look and see what each of these new additions are all about. All of the PRISYM ID software products have recently gone through a rebrand, including PRISYM Design. The logo presents a new look and feel, and this continues throughout the software with a new graphical user interface. The new interface is designed to enhance the user's experience and is in line with the Microsoft interface, where all the tools you'll need to create your label templates remain visible in the ribbon bar. There's also a customizable quick access toolbar along the top, so you can pin your most used functions for convenience. PRISYM 6 Design now incorporates improved editing features for formatting labels and their supporting documents, such as linked blocks, non-breaking space, and keep together with keep with next variable options. I'll now take you to a short video to demonstrate how these new formatting features work. These demo videos assume that you already have knowledge of PRISYM Design in order to understand these new features.
Firstly, we'll cover linked text blocks. A linked text block allows block content to be linked to an overflow block. This is primarily used for managing data within columns, especially where some or all of the text is supplied by variables, or to fit text around a predefined non-regular shape such as a triangle. To create a series of linked true type font or TTF blocks, open a format in the Format Editor window, which I'll show you through the pre-saved file. On screen, you'll see that a TTF block has already been created containing a header using the TTF block button on the ribbon bar in the Home or Block tab. Beneath the header, you'll see that a blank TTF block has been created, and this will be the parent TTF block in the chain. The subsequent TTF blocks will be linked to it. Select the TTF block and right-click on the block and select Link Block from the drop-down menu. This has added a new TTF block to the format next to the parent TTF block, which is linked to and is the same size. The top right-hand corner of the linked TTF block will have green text format showing the order in which they are created and linked. If more linked TTF blocks are required, just right-click on the relevant TTF block and select Link Block again. These blocks can be moved and resized on the format and will remain linked together. The red color in the block signifies that the blocks are overlapping. Each block can only link to one child block. Multiple links are possible within this constraint. Block 1 can be linked to block 2, which can link to block 3, etc. But block 1 cannot link to block 2 and 3 at the same time. We'll now demonstrate using data within linked text blocks. We have created numbers within prompted variables to show how data overflows into the next linked block in the sequence. For example, If we move TTF block 3, you'll see that the content remains in the same order. To demonstrate how data flows, we will resize one of the blocks. You'll see that the numbers have filled the next block automatically. If the blocks are too small to contain all the data, a red cross will appear in each block. Keep together and keep next. Continuing on from linked text blocks, a new formatting tab has been added which contains tick boxes for keep together and keep with next. This is used when creating a supporting single-page document for your product. Firstly, we'll show you keep together. This means that the text will be displayed in the first available linked text block, which can display all of the text. This example assumes that a format has been created with 2 linked TTF blocks. It also has a prompted variable called long text string, which is displayed in the first of the linked blocks. To keep the text together, open the Variables menu by clicking the Variables button in the Home tab of the ribbon bar. Select the Edit Variables option. This will display the Edit Variables window. Select the variable from the box on the left-hand side, and then select the Formatting tab on the right-hand side. Tick the Keep Together checkbox. Click the Apply button to save this change, and then close. The text will be displayed in the first of the linked blocks, which can show all of it once sample data is clicked. You will see that the text has moved to the last linked block, as this is the only one large enough to contain all of the text. We'll now show you the other option, keep together. Linked blocks may require that variables they display are kept together. This example assumes that a format has been created with 2 linked blocks. It also has 2 prompted variables called header and long text string, which are displayed in the first of the linked blocks. If the second variable has keep together ticked and contains more text than will fit into the current block, the data of that variable will appear in the first block large enough to accommodate it. You will see that the header variable remains in the original block as the amount of text is small enough not to overflow. To keep text together, open the Variables menu by clicking the Variables button, select the Edit Variables option, select the header variable from the box on the left-hand side, and then select the Formatting tab on the right-hand side. Tick the Keep with Next checkbox. Click the Apply button to save this change and close the window. The text will be displayed in the linked block together with the next variable.
And now we'll move on to the new variable data features. These formatting functions improve usage of variable data to include variable data handling, dependent variables, and data transformations. These are slightly more advanced and are best demonstrated by watching the video we are now about to show you.
It may be required that a pair of variables be displayed together, for example, a header and some related text. The Prefix-Suffix tab has been added to the Variables menu to enable new lines to be added before or after a variable. If a prompted variable is left empty, then the next available variable text will display in its place to ensure that no blank spaces show on the label. To demonstrate creating a line before and after a variable, we have created a format containing a TTF block displaying 6 variables. Each of the variables is currently displayed on one line. To insert a new line at the end of each variable, open the Variables menu by clicking Variables button, selecting the Edit Variables option, then select Header 1 variable from the box on the left-hand side and select the Prefix-Suffix tab on the right-hand side. Tick the New Line button under Suffix. Then click Apply button to save the changes. Repeat this for all the variables, and then close. You will see that each variable now shows on a separate line, with the header in bold. Now we'll demonstrate how to avoid empty spaces when a variable is left blank. Click the sample data, remove the text from header 2, which is PRISYM Design Professional, and text 2, which is the description of the Design Professional. When text is entered for all of the prompted values except header 2 and text 2, you'll see that there are no blank lines where they would have appeared when you click OK. We will now be showing you dependent variables within a label. A variable will only be shown if its dependent variable is populated by using the new Dependent Variables tab within the Edit Variables pop-up box. We'll now show you an example. Go to the prompted variables, and in this example we'll select the header 1. The right-hand side of the window is displaying the Dependent Variable tab. It contains a drop-down control listing all of the prompted variables. To add a dependent variable, select it from the drop-down control and click the Insert button. The variable will be displayed in the list. Click Apply and close. Click Sample Data and remove the text 1. Click OK, and you will see that the text from the header 1 and text 1 variable do not display. Data transformations. The data transformation function has been added to the configuration options. A basic knowledge of HTML would be useful for this section. Data transformations is used if certain formatting on text input is required within a part of a variable piece of information. The default transformations are shown on the format displayed. An example of how to set up some default transformations is as follows. Set up the data transformation in Options and Applications. If none are set up and the Use Default Transformation is ticked, the user will be able to use any styles from the list previously shown. We will now open a format to demonstrate how some of the default data transformations have been set up. Click on the Variables tab on the ribbon bar and edit variables. By viewing the prompted variables list on the left-hand side, you can see that we have 3 prompted variables set up: bold, italic, and underline. If we click on the bold variable, you can see that the name and prompt has been entered. There is a variable length, and in order to ensure the data transformation works on the format, make sure the relevant box has been ticked. The italic and underline variables have been set up in the same way. We will now close the Edit Variables screen and go back to the format. Here you will see that the 3 variables have been added to the format and are shown in blue. By clicking Sample Data, the prompts appear containing the required formatting as per the list of default transformations you saw earlier. Click OK, and the variables on the format are populated with the actual bold, italic, and underlined text. Our final format shows examples of custom data transformations as well as the default ones.
And that's a high-level overview of the new functions within PRISYM Design 6. I'd now like to outline some of the practical information about how our PRISYM Design software will be made available to you should you wish to implement within your company after this presentation. The software will be downloadable via our FTP site. Unique login details will be provided to you. CD-ROMs are available as an alternative to FTP. Access to how the new comprehensive user manual available is in digital format and is depending on which of the above routes you decide upon to receive the software will be available on either the FTP or CD-ROM. As part of our launch, we are promoting PRISYM Design 6 to all of our existing and new customers by offering a free upgrade to all PRISYM 2000 and 32 customers, providing a 3-year maintenance contract is taken out. For all new or existing customers currently running PRISYM Design 5, please contact me directly for pricing. Taking out a support contract with PRISYM Design 6 will allow you to full access to our support desk, who will be able to assist you with any technical queries that you might have. If you grant them access, they're able to log on to your terminal and help by using the tool called Go to Assist. The other key feature to having a support contract in place is any updates that are released, which are roughly every quarter, are made available from the team via the FTP site. For customers outside of the UK, we can offer an out-of-hours service. Again, please contact me directly for more information. As well as software, we can provide you with bespoke labels, whether this be pre-printed or plain, via our on-site label manufacturing division. Hardware, covering thermal inkjet, continuous ink, industrial laser, thermal transfer printers, as well as online coders. Printer spares and parts, thermal transfer ribbons, and both hardware and software maintenance contracts. We like to think we're a one-stop shop and cover everything you will need for your printing requirements. We have lots of experience in the pharmaceutical, clinical trial, automotive and chemical sectors. We welcome holding your labels on the shelf and treating this as part of a call-up agreement for larger orders. If there is anything out of the ordinary or extra requirements that you might need, then please do not hesitate to get in touch. I've now come to the end of the presentation. I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes answering any questions that you've sent in during the last half hour. If you have any additional questions that you would like to ask, please send them now using the question tool on screen, and I'll try to answer as many as I can. Thank you. Thanks everyone. I'll now be answering some of your questions. The first question I've been asked is, when is PRISYM Design 6 being released? It is available now for dispatch. If you're not already aware, we do offer a 30-day trial on our website, so you can download this from the website that you can see from the screen. Question 2, how much is the PRISYM software? This varies on how many licenses you will require. I suggest you get in touch for a quotation. Question 3. How long are you supported for under a service contract? A service contract will run for 12 months, but we can actually offer a better discount if you do decide to take the service contract out over a 3-year period. What printers does PRISYM 6 currently support? PRISYM does support over 500 printer drivers, such as Toshiba, Tech, Zebra, Sato, and Epson, to name a few. For a full list, please see our website. Okay, thank you for your questions. There's some I've not been able to answer during the time frame of this webinar, but as I mentioned earlier, I'll be sending you a copy of all of the questions and answers along with a recording of this webinar afterwards. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation and found it informative. Thanks again for your time and attention. and I look forward to working with you all. Enjoy the rest of your day.